just cold. Like, I can't even really describe how cold.
Cold enough to freeze over eyelashes and make the already cumbersome task of winter commuting downright dangerous and painful.
It just stings the eyes. You feel like you immediately have icicles on your eyelashes, burns the nose. Try to keep everything covered up.
Heat lamps over elevated train platforms offer a modicum of relief, but waiting for a bus against the relentless wind is just brutal.
I got 2 pairs of socks, a jogging pants, the pair of pants I got on right now, 3 jackets on, and I even had to buy me some heated gloves.
Those kind of heated gloves and attire will be allowed inside Soldier Field tomorrow, but fans brave enough to show up for a game next to a harbor full of ice won't be allowed to enjoy the heat of any open flames at tailgating or any tents to protect against the wind. Layers, blankets, and loud cheering will have to be enough to stay warm inside Soldier Field.
South Shore has now run its last trains for the day and will suspend service in both directions due to hazardous weather and mechanical issues. Reporting at Union Station tonight, Liz Nagy, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Liz, thanks so much. Now, today, airlines have canceled more than 5,000 flights, and Chicago's 2 airports are among the most impacted. The winter wallop canceling nearly 500 flights today at O'Hare and more than 300 at Midway. Some people so determined to make it out of here were forced to spend the night on the floor at the airport.
We got here 7 or so hours ago, hoping that our flight is on time tomorrow. So spending the night on the floor of O'Hare, which isn't very comfortable, but we're here.
Quite an adventure today for so many. Now, if you do have flexibility in your plans, airlines are still offering flight waivers or vouchers.
And Metra is working to keep trains on track for this holiday weekend. And through the blowing snow, you can see the workers there lighting fires on the tracks. This, of course, a normal procedure, all to keep the tracks from freezing. Most Metra lines are on a Saturday schedule today, due, of course, to the winter storm.
Yeah, it's a very familiar sound during the holiday season. Say goodbye to it for now. The dangerous cold weather forcing the Salvation Army to end its kettle campaign early. Officials say the decision was made to ensure the safety of the bell ringers during the freezing temperatures. These are the most critical days of their campaign and could result in the loss of tens of thousands of dollars. Chicagoans are encouraged to make donations online to the virtual red kettles.
Really important stuff there.
Yeah.
And all this cold weather making it very hard for folks to try to finish up all their holiday shopping.
But our very creative Craig Wall found that some people were out there despite this frigid cold, and he had a lot of fun with this real special assignment.
Oh, the weather outside was frightful, but the shopping was still delightful. For those with no place to go, the outdoor mall brought the cold and the snow.
I have kids. We had to get the Croc Charms, so, you gotta do what you gotta do for your kids.
How cold is it out here?
It's freezing.
The cold doesn't show signs of stopping for those forced to do last-minute shopping, and while the temps are turned way down low, there's no choice but to go. This is the coldest day we've had. Why are you shopping today outside?
Well, I was shopping last night and the stores were closing, so I'm back out today trying to get my couple last things finished.
Shopping in an outdoor mall like this when it's this cold requires 3 things: warm clothes, intentionality, and a certain strategy.
I take breaks every now and again, and I'll jump into a store that I don't want to go into just to kind of warm myself back up, thaw myself out.
When they finally find the gift just right, how they'll hate going out in the cold. With the wind, you must hold on tight. Sales making store managers warm.
This morning, probably the first hour, I surprisingly had a dozen people already walking through the store, and I'm looking on the sidewalks, and I'm like, people are moving, so it's happening.
Customers are still coming out to get those steals and deals, and they really do like the touch, feel, try, buy of shopping in person.
Don't think the shopping is slowly dying. When the brave are not, good buying. But as long as they love them all so, let them shop, then home go.
After this, I'm going home where it's warm.
In frigid Aurora, Craig Wall, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Oh.
Have you heard Craig Craig Wall. Everyone should hear Craig Wall in a story meeting.
Right. He is the king of puns.
He will find
so
the
good.
clever turn on things
Right.
instantaneously. And if you didn't hear it the first time, he'll text you as a reporter, and he'll say, hey, wasn't that funny? That was
fantastic. And it was so well said, well read, and he's an excellent storyteller. And especially at a time like this, he made it fun, even in the cold weather. So thank you, Craig.
I hope the folks who were in that story got a chance to see it, because they really punctuate it very nicely.
Well, we're streaming, so you know it's going to repeat again, so hopefully they will. And of course, they watched it earlier, so have a Merry Christmas, Craig
It lives
Wall.
on, it lives on, it lives
Happy
on.
shopping, everybody.
Some families in Chicago getting out of the cold and heading to Marquette Park Fieldhouse, all part of the Kickback series of events. The Southwest Organizing Project put this event together.
Cold weather is too cold. Yeah, that's what I think. It's too cold. I would not be outside.
There's another event planned at Marquette Park on January 6th from noon until 4. And please stay with us for the very latest on all these cold conditions. You can find information on our website and our news apps. And Larry will have another update in just a few minutes.
Now to some breaking news tonight. A jury finding rapper Tory Lanez guilty of shooting Megan Thee Stallion. The jury deliberating for 1 day before convicting the rapper on all charges, testifying that Lanez shot her in July of 2020 after a dispute over his music. The defense argued that Megan's friend was the shooter and that Megan lied to avoid embarrassment. Lanez is now facing up to 22 years in prison. And back here at home, Chicago police are warning people to be on the alert after at least 10 armed robberies happened within hours overnight. A majority of them happening in West Town, the Lower West Side, and the Near West Side, many of them taking place during a 3-hour span and within minutes of each other. Chicago police believe the same 3 men are responsible for all of them.
A 99-year-old woman died in a fire early this morning on the South Chicago neighborhood. It happened at a home near 82nd and Saginaw. The woman's been identified now as Almesa Herard. Firefighters were back in that neighborhood after the fire, passing out smoke detectors. And a fire in West Suburban Oak Park forcing several people out of their homes. This happened overnight on South Avenue near Harvey Avenue. Firefighters working through dangerous temperatures, and they say that this fire started in a vacant first floor business and then it spread to apartments above. At least 12 units were damaged here. The Red Cross saying that they worked with residents to find a place to stay.
Now to Europe, where French authorities still looking into what led a man, 69 years old, to go on a shooting spree in central Paris. At least 3 people were killed and 3 others were hurt. It took place near a Kurdish cultural center. The suspected gunman is in custody. Officials say he is a French citizen who is not known to intelligence services. He is currently in a hospital being interviewed by police.
Well, back here in the United States, the House of Representatives passing a key series of bills just hours before a partial shutdown would have started. The $1.7 trillion spending package, including $45 billion for Ukraine. Plus, American troops are going to get raises, all part of $858 billion here for the military. Also, there's money for Americans impacted by wildfires, earthquakes, and hurricanes. Also happening in Washington today, President Biden and the First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, visiting the Children's National Hospital. They hosted a book reading of Isaac Jack Keats' The Snowy Day. First Ladies traditionally visited this hospital around the Christmas holiday. Last year, though, President Biden making that trip, marking the first time that a sitting U.S. president made a holiday visit to Children's National.
Wow, how sweet is that right there? All right. Hey, Santa.
That's
Before he made his big trip around the world, you know what? He had to make a very special visit right here in Chicago at a hospital. We've got that story coming up.
Plus, animals at Brookfield Zoo. You know what? Some of them enjoy the cold.
Yeah, some do. Yep, and some people do. And the cold is creating some incredible sights, though. Look at that. Plus, Larry has got the holiday weekend conditions for you. Yeah, look at that.
There's the
This is
sights.
beautiful, right?
Light diffusing.
Yeah,
Please
nature. Mother
Stay with
Nature.
us.
Doing some
Online.
creating.
Streaming. Stay with us.
Look at that. Breathtaking, right? An incredible sight in northern Illinois today. This is Kirkland. That is in DeKalb County. It's called a sundog, okay? These form when bright spots of colored light appear on either side of the sun due to the refraction of the light through ice crystals. Wow. Larry's going to have to really talk about that and explain how that works.
You got it right. That's it.
I mean, it's incredible.
But there's so much that's up in the atmosphere now that's different when we get into these kinds of temperatures, right, Larry?
Well, the ice crystals are up there, and they're in a certain type of shape up there where it refracts the light just right. The angle of the sun has to be perfect. The ice crystals have to be perfect up there.
Wow.
And oftentimes when you get this extreme cold, those ice crystals kind of form a certain way. And also, the air is really dry right now.
Right.
The colder the air, the drier the air. The driest place on Earth is actually in the North Pole. Or I'm sorry, Antarctica, not the North Pole, the South Pole.
Are we warmer than Antarctica, or is it colder there?
It's colder there.
Okay, because sometimes
we're approaching
it can be.
The air is just drier because the colder the air is, the less moisture it can hold.
And that's why you see the heat coming up on the river there, the Chicago River. What do you call that, Larry? When
steam evaporation, the moisture coming out of the water. Yeah, that's what generates the lake effect, in this case on the other side of the lake.
Is that difference. I have to tell you very quickly before you jump into your forecast, one thing I have not seen with these cold temperatures that I've seen in other places I've lived, in Western Canada, for example, is this ice fog. The exhaust coming out of the back of cars, for example, and then they can create a fog at low levels at intersections when it gets really cold. And I don't know if that has to do with ice particles in the air or differences of temperature or
the wind today. The wind today is one of the big differences because you got to have stagnant air to create that fog. So with the wind that we're seeing, it just circulates and kind of mixes up the air pretty quickly.
That all makes sense. It was really windy. I mean, scary driving, not knowing if something was going to fly and hit your car. And like it was shaking. The car was shaking as I was driving down the street. And I thought, wow, you have to
hold on tight.
Yeah.
I want to play Trivial Pursuit with Larry, though.
Yeah, let's do it. I haven't played it in a long time.
Yeah.
That's got a bit of Cliff Clavin in you.
I mean, right now, that's all you need to do is stay at home and play board games or play games, because look at that. You see how windy it is? Of course, Greg grabbing that right quick. Yeah, he doubles as a DJ too on Friday. So, but
Greg,
he's
our director.
But that's it was even more windy.
Every day at 3:30, so it's kind of our Trivial Pursuit.
That's true. It's fun. My niece and nephew came home from college. My sister sent pictures. They are doing their annual tradition of making a gingerbread house. So, see, isn't it fun? And you're staying in the warmth and just the love and joy and all of that goodness. And
no family politics.
That's right.
Love and joy.
I want to show you this map. So take a look at this map. So you see all the blue on the map here? So every place that's shaded in blue has temperatures below freezing right now. Look at this. All the way to
that's the entire
it's like half the Earth.
map.
That's amazing.
Except
just a
for
little
the
bit of
state
Central
of
Florida and
California.
South Florida. California, parts of Arizona, and maybe a little sliver there of Oregon. But even down into Mexico, temperatures are below freezing.
That's unbelievable.
I've got friends on the West Coast and the family in the Canadian West Coast where they just get rain. They got a foot of snow in Vancouver.
Wow.
Like they're just not used to this kind of thing.
Well, my girlfriend said she's going to the beach on Christmas. It's supposed to be 80 in LA on Sunday.
Oh yeah, they're going to get warm. They're
Yeah,
gonna warm up.
that's what she said. So I said, wow, I think I need to come visit.
Like now.
Right.
We're going to warm up later next week. We could be 50s for New Year's.
Ooh,
so we might do beach weather.
That's balmy. That's balmy. Yeah, short sleeve weather.
Right, for sure, after how cold it's been. But you look at this map and you can see just how cold it is across the entire country as this Arctic air has taken over the entire country for the most part. And here are the current air temperatures. It's 52 in Orlando. Miami's one of the warmer spots at 71, but it's 0 right now in Cincinnati. Brownsville, Texas, 31, below freezing there. Lubbock's at 16, Dallas at 22. Houston stayed below freezing all day today. Here's some of that warmth out to the west. It's 64 in Burbank, 67 in Yuma, but cold up in Boise and Salt Lake City, and extremely cold in the northern plains. Fargo's to 8 below, Minneapolis right now at 3 below. And we're setting below 0 too. Currently at O'Hare, it's 1 below with blowing snow still continuing. It feels like it's 22 below when you factor in the wind. Water temperatures have dropped down to 34 degrees, and with this extremely cold air blowing over those waters, you get that steam in the form as the water evaporates. Really a pretty sight this time of year. 4 below in Woodstock, 2 below in Peatone, 2 below right now in Valparaiso. Around the city, everybody's about 1 below, Little Village included. 2 below up there in Grays Lake, 3 below in Crystal Lake, 4 below in Woodstock, 1 below in Glen Ellen and Westmont. Joliet's at 1. Frankfort, you're at 3 below, and 0 right now in Hebron and 0 right now in Gary. Wind chills 20 to 30 below. That's what it currently feels like. And those winds are still howling, gusting upwards of 40 miles per hour at times. It'll stay windy as we go through the night. Live Doppler 7 Max radar showing a little snow just grazing the lakeshore here across parts of Lake County. There's more isolated snow showers back to the north. You can see this little disturbance moving past Green Bay. That's going to send some scattered snow showers our way later this evening and overnight tonight. That could be more problematic for us too, as we'll get the more blowing snow to occur and falling snow to occur at the same time. That will reduce visibility and potentially lead to more icy spots on the roadways. So there you can see that little disturbance sliding through tonight between about now and say 2 o'clock in the morning. Some scattered snow showers with us. Tomorrow morning, waking up with cloudy skies and temperatures right around 0. We may actually warm a degree or 2 overnight tonight. And then during the day tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a few breaks in those clouds. Lake effect snow will continue on the other side of the lake, and our temperatures will climb up to about 10 degrees in the afternoon. So our winter storm warning continues until 6 o'clock in the morning. Blizzard warning here for Porter and LaPorte County until 6 a.m. It has really been dangerous travel across northwest Indiana. It's been dangerous here in the open areas in Illinois, but over in northwest Indiana, just really problematic with extremely poor visibility and a lot of blowing snow. So there you can see the temperatures again, this surge of Arctic air all the way down to the Gulf Coast. And for us, this big area of low pressure is starting to pull away, but we got one last little disturbance swinging through tonight. Tomorrow, a high of about 10. On Christmas Day, we'll get some sunshine. It'll still be cold, a high of 14. Then we have another disturbance sliding in for Sunday night into Monday. This could produce some accumulating snow for us during the morning hours on Sunday. Too early to talk about amounts, but at least maybe a couple inches of snow will be possible for at least parts of the area. And then Monday, we'll see a high of 22. We'll start to warm things up on Tuesday. Temperatures climb into the upper 20s. By the time we get to Wednesday, we'll be close to 40. Tonight, though, temperatures hold pretty steady. Scattered snow showers, still very windy with blowing snow. Tomorrow, 10 with wind chills 10 to 20 below. Sunday for Christmas, sunshine, 14. 22 on Monday with the snow showers. Then we get warmer next week. Look at the upper 40s next Thursday and Friday with rain falling from the sky next Thursday and Friday.
Wow. Well, you know, we'll need that by the time we get out of here.
What a difference a week makes. We had snow, and then a week later we're going to have rain. So
I like that 50s for New Year's. I like that idea. But you're not saying that officially. Not just
it looks
yet.
possible, yeah.
That's going to be fun. Oh, wow. That's how you start a new year.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about some animals over at Brookfield Zoo.
Ooh, look at that.
They don't mind. They don't mind all this blowing snow and cold. They're built for this stuff. Actually, we're from Chicago. We're built for it as well. But anyway, bison have their thick coats. Some guests have been visiting the zoo despite the weather. Yeah, look at that. And inside, the orangutans are getting a taste of the outdoors. They receive some snow actually to play with, which they would not necessarily get in their natural environments.
Pretty that is. Wow. Hello. I love seeing the young children's faces. Look at the eagle. Yeah, I mean, just so many, you know, they're creating family memories.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll say, do you remember when we went there and braved the cold? And
real gems in our
get some
community.
hot chocolate and just some hugs, just pure joy. You know, finding the joy in everything.
You ever see the lion at Lincoln Park Zoo come out and sit on the rock in the winter? It happens. It happens, and I found out why. Apparently, that giant rock in the main enclosure, that there's a big glass enclosure, it's heated. The rock has a little bit of latent heat in it, so smart lion
You're
or
telling
lioness.
all of their secrets, Ravi.
Come on.
They're going to come for you.
Well, that's a great memory, you know, to take your kids there in Brookfield. They do such a great program.
That's a beautiful sight, too, it sounds.
It
and those
is.
are some great pictures we shared tonight. All right. You can see people are just doing some things the best they can in all this weather. Along with Santa, bringing some Christmas holiday cheer to the babies. Look at the babies at Lurie Children's Hospital. These little ones celebrating their first Christmas in the hospital, in the NICU. They might be too young to remember this, but they've got the pictures. They were on the Stream Team Live, and we know their parents will remember and thank Santa for making it such a special treat before his big trip. I know he's loading up the sleigh. He had to stop by the special babies and say hi.
And a shout out, though, for Santa for those neonatal intensive care units, which is the NICU. They are incredible places of miracles all around the year. And then the holidays come and you see the parents there and they're young and maybe they're the first time parent and they're kind of dealing with all the heaviness, and to have Santa come in, just for a split second, maybe release it a bit.
And the NICU staff, you know, they're working all year round. They're working on the holidays. They're working overnight. And the babies become their babies, too. So we love sharing those stories. Happy holidays to you. And Santa, we've been good. We're waiting for you. I know he's loading up the sleigh. It's going to be cold when you get here.
Got some birthday presents as well for somebody.
All right, everybody, still ahead. The reason your holiday gift might not arrive on time if you have been a procrastinator.
Well, we there's the weather. We're not going to give it away as much. But imagine paying for a gift card and then realizing there's no money on that gift card. It did happen to one local woman. And next, consumer investigative reporter Jason Knowles explains how this happened and how you can prevent it. Well, lots of folks expect to give and receive gift cards over the holiday season.
We were talking about it tonight, but one local woman telling the I-Team the money that was loaded onto several gift cards she purchased disappeared. Consumer investigator Jason Knowles has her story tonight and how to prevent it from happening to you.
A suburban businesswoman says she was horrified when the gift cards she purchased and gave to people didn't work. She says she bought the cards directly from the American Express gift card website.
Each person's gift card was declined.
Patricia Shelton owns a private transport business in Woodstock. She buys gift cards in bulk from American Express and every year gives them out as gifts to friends, vendors, and work associates.
I wanted American Express because it's a brand name.
Recently, Shelton gave out some of the gift cards, but those recipients told her the cards didn't have money on them.
I wanted to crawl and hide. I was so embarrassed because it looked like I just stole them off a kiosk.
So Shelton checked the remaining gift cards, which she keeps in this office safe. She says those too didn't have money on them.
And it was mostly the $100 ones.
She reached out to American Express. After completing an investigation, they replaced the compromised cards. But months later, Shelton says she found 4 more without a balance. She says American Express told her they're still investigating. Shelton also says after her coworker put card numbers into American Express's website, they found out where some of the money had gone.
Somebody had fun with this one.
This $100 gift card was used weeks earlier to buy a gaming app and $70 worth of Taco Bell food in California. American Express and a separate company, Incom Payments, which manages and processes American Express gift cards, responded to the I-Team, saying they can't comment on individual customers because of privacy reasons. But they take concerns from cardholders very seriously, and we recognized the frustration Ms. Shelton has experienced. The companies added, fraud prevention is a top priority, and our dedicated fraud teams are constantly monitoring for new and emerging threats so we can develop advanced methods for protecting cardholders.
We had given out throughout the year $2,700 or $2,800 in gift cards. Not everyone has the guts to call and say, hey, did you steal this, instead of paying for it.
Shelton bought her cards directly through the American Express website, so it's unclear how the alleged fraud occurred. American Express reminds customers they can also review account balances and transactions online. When buying in person, inspect all gift card packaging before you buy and look for signs of tampering. Jason Knowles, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Such great information and advice, and so timely. Jason, thank you for that. Now, if you are still waiting for packages to arrive, we got some bad news for you. The winter storm that hit the Chicago area impacted much of the country and may delay your deliveries. FedEx announcing today its hubs in Indianapolis and Memphis suffered major disruptions, and UPS says its air and ground networks were impacted, including hubs in Louisville and in Rockford.
All right, keep that in mind. Well, of course, Santa has been busy at shopping malls throughout the season.
And the Santas that you're seeing are getting more diverse. One Santa explains ahead. Plus, we're sharing how to track Santa on his big journey. Oh, look at the faces. We'll be right back on the other side of a break. Look at that. Oh, that is so beautiful. The Blue Cross Blue Shield building with the Christmas tree. That is fantastic. All red and green. The city is sparkling on this Christmas Eve. It's Feel Good Friday. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
All right, probably one of the most familiar images of Christmas, of course, is Santa Claus.
Yeah, my 6-month-old niece, she did her first one visiting him for the first
wow.
time. It's tradition
Nice.
for many families, of course.
What did you want Santa to bring you?
I want Santa to bring me a monster truck.
Ooh, a monster truck. Yes, we know Santa has helpers at shopping malls around the country and around the world. He can't be everywhere at once, and those Santas are getting more diverse.
Ho, ho, ho! Children always ask me, how can you be a Santa of this color and then be a Santa of another color somewhere else? And I always tell them, Santa travels all over the world, so Santa relates to all communities and cultures.
Nice.
Look at that sweet hug. What a beautiful sentiment there. Santa Hiring Service says demand for diverse Santas, it is up, and not just for Santas of color. Many people are also searching for Santas with experience in signing, so the children can ask for their gifts without a translator.
You know, honestly, that is one of the great developments in society. If we're moving to sort of the generic part of Santa being, you know, the image, the costume, the hat, the attitude, but to insert different people, different human family members in that space is a gorgeous, gorgeous thing about the growth of our society. Something I think really is appealing.
And the images we just showed, it was pure joy. It didn't matter the hugs, the children are the same, they want different things, and Santa is right there to hear what they want, and then wake up on Christmas morning.
Love it.
And so we love our Santas.
Santa's a unifying force. So let's see. You know, a person from the African American community, Chinese community, Asian community. Doesn't matter. A Muslim Santa. How about that?
I like the way when they said sign language as well.
Sign language.
So
there you go.
You know, really important to think about everybody.
Love it.
But make sure you leave some cookies out and milk for Santa. Maybe brownies
and
too.
You know what?
Like brownies,
Never stop believing.
Right.
Never stop
Believe
believing.
in the magic of
That's right, the magic.
Yep. All right.
I've definitely got
for Disney, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Disney
I keep
magic,
saying it to my
baby.
kids. They're like teenagers and college students, and
Yeah,
I
keep
still
your inner
believe.
child alive,
You still
always.
believe? You still
I still believe. I just posted me in a sweater that had "Believe" on it today. Believe in the magic of Christmas.
That's right.
Yeah, so we work for Disney, all right? Tomorrow night, speaking of that, ABC and Hulu teaming up to track our Santa on his journey around the world.
Yeah, this is getting high tech even more so. We've got special tracking Santa technology. It's going to make you feel like you're simply riding along on the sleigh. Look at that right there.
Go.
Yeah. Well, you can if you watch. You know, our news team joining up with ABC-owned stations right across the country to report from the scene of Santa sightings. So you're going to watch for Greg Dutra, Terrell Brown, Val Warner, Ryan Cheverini, all the cool guys, right?
I know.
It airs.
That's everybody that's a New Year's Eve special.
I know. But I
Yeah.
tease them. They're the cool guys. It airs tomorrow night at 5 p.m. only on Hulu. And I just think that is so delightful. And look at the tech. We'll
Yeah.
see, you know what? Go into the suburbs all over.
So innovative, too. I mean, Santa sleigh has a lot of turbo boosters on them now, so he can get around the world, around the globe. And of course, it depends on what part of the region you are. He gets to certain regions first, and then he comes to your home.
The NATO tracker is also a lot of fun.
Right,
to
I like
watch.
that too.
It just gets around fast.
You can see Rudolph's red nose all the time. That's like the radar that helps you do it. So, all right.
Fantastic.
Well, visiting Macy's skating at Maggie Daly Park, we have the most phenomenal story. One family doing it all, and there are dozens of them. Yes, it is a long-standing Christmas adventure tradition. It is coming up next. But first, Larry is back with a forecast for the weekend. Hey, Larry.
Hey, yeah, got a little snow coming our way this evening. A few flurries out there now, and as we go deeper into the night, a little batch of some light snow coming through. Winds are going to stay strong. Temperatures are staying low. We got a cold weekend ahead, but there is some warmer weather in sight. We'll talk about when we get into the 40s coming up.
It is a family tradition that spans decades. Cousins getting together for a Christmas adventure every year. What started out with 4 children in the 80s has now grown.
And now there are more than 40 McNally cousins. Our Sarah Schulte tagging along as they saw some of Chicago's best at Christmas time.
This way, guys. Ed McNally leads the way to yet another McNally family Christmas tradition. Sporting matching PJs, 4 generations walk down State Street in the bitter cold to Macy's.
I'm one of 10 children, and there are 30 grandchildren, a lot of them now married with children of their own, and there are 11 or 12 of this generation, including a newborn from this week.
10-day-old Francis was not about to miss out on a tradition that began 35 years ago when McNally took his 4 nieces and nephews on a Chicago Christmas experience inspired by the book Polar Express.
When it started with just me and my cousins when we were this age, it was let's just go to Toys R Us and have pancakes.
Throughout the years, the family grew, so did the adventure.
It also just extends the Christmas spirit that we, instead of just one day together, then we turn Christmas into like a 5-day celebration.
The celebration this year included skating and sledding in Maggie Daley Park during last night's winter storm. And while the McNallys are originally from Northbrook, 42 family members came in from cities around the country. They all stayed at the Palmer House.
You could just come into our hotel room. It's the messiest place ever, and it's the loudest place ever too.
And every year, the highlight of the decades-old tradition is a visit to Santa at Macy's.
Who wants to tell me what they want for Christmas?
Santa's visit is always followed with every young cousin picking out a book.
You should really spend time with all of your family because they're like the best people ever.
A family that gets bigger every year and comes together for Christmas no matter what. The McNally family will check out of the Palmer House tomorrow and then head up to Lake Geneva for Christmas Eve and Christmas. They'll be joined by every member of all 4 generations. There'll be 72 in all. At the Palmer House, Sarah Schulte, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Wow, what a story.
I loved what Scarlett said about loving your family, and she's so young, and family is everything. Hashtag enjoying that. Looking forward to the tradition. Even as the young ones get older, they still want to be a part of it.
And you know what's probably a great part of that story is that they've been able to carry this on for, 35 years plus?
Decades.
And at some point, some cranky teenager was probably saying, I don't want to do this, or I want to be out with my friends. And they've had the wherewithal to go through and continue it, and now they're reaping the benefits.
I'm curious to see, there was a 10-day-old. I'm curious to see what is the oldest, the span. So that's really cool. 72 will be together for Christmas.
3 or 4 generations at least.
Yeah, definitely. 4 for sure.
And they got the pajama thing going on.
I know, I like that too.
Right?
That was so sweet. So Merry Christmas to the McNally family. So
beautiful stuff.
Yeah, we're going to salute them for sure and have some fun here on the stream team. Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that at all.
It's Santa's weekend.
Yeah.
We've got to put our Santa hat on. And
there's apparently a bunch of other goodies as well.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Wow.
Let's talk about a young boy getting a prank gift.
Okay, watch this. His reaction may not be what you expect, and it could serve as a lesson for anyone who's unhappy with their gifts at this time.
Plus, let's take a light display inspired by Bad Bunny. Oh yeah, baby, it's going viral too. Yeah, we love it. We'll be right back. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Bad Bunny is rocking the holidays in Houston. A 12-year-old girl asked her dad to create a light display based on one of the singer's hits, and he was all in for it. And in the past, the family has had light tributes to Lil Jon, not Little John. It's Lil Jon, right? Lil Jon and Drake. So we're just having a holly jolly Christmas Eve here, right? So
we got bling.
Holly jolly Christmas. Yep, you got a little bling there. We
look
like
as good
that.
as
Larry
yours.
got snowman.
Oh, look.
That's very appropriate because of all the snow that has dropped.
Yeah, Cheryl has got goodies.
Lots of fun
crazy.
goodies. It's almost time.
There it is, Larry.
Larry got bling. He is Mr. Worldwide. He's good friends with Bad Bunny. Okay.
Make no mistake, Larry's from the Midwest, but he's friends with Bad Bunny.
Right, Mr. Worldwide.
Last time I saw Larry Murray wearing something like that was the big parade. It was the Lights Festival last year. I look over and Larry, I have to go to work that night, and Larry's like, all dressed up. He's wearing lights, and you can't really see these, but these are great.
Yeah, they're fun. Yeah, I don't know.
Fun.
I'd have to.
Look at
Yeah.
that. I think
it goes perfectly. You light up my life.
Makes 10 o'clock show?
You light up my life. Okay.
This is all Cheryl. This is your show.
Yes,
there's like a whole bag of stuff.
Yeah, whole bag. We'll debut it later on in the newscast here.
You didn't catch me off guard there.
We've got to talk about Happy Festivus.
Yeah.
Among us.
Happy Festivus for the rest of us. Today, of course, is the holiday for the rest of us, which, of course, made famous by that brilliant Seinfeld episode.
Yes.
A Reader's Digest editor created a version of the holiday back in the 60s, and his son, of course, was a writer for Seinfeld, which popularized the holiday. It's a fight back against commercialization at Christmas, and you're supposed to decorate an aluminum pole instead of a tree. And I don't know.
No.
But this is the whole thing. It's about at the dinner. The dinner centers around the airing of grievances to show how people have disappointed you over the year. Jerry Stiller, as the dad, George's dad in Seinfeld, he explained it so perfectly well. There's nothing to be having a grievance about there. I have no grievances.
It's all about being jolly and pure joy, and blinging in the
Larry
ring.
Murray dressed up like this.
Yeah. We like that. Well, sometimes, you get a gift that isn't really something that you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, be prepared here for a lesson from a toddler. His mother gives him a prank gift, and he still loves it.
See?
Yay!
Oh.
Yeah. He got an onion. This is little Wesley, and he's thrilled by his onion. Look at this sweet boy. His mother says that he played with the onion for a few days, and saying that he is a grateful, loving child, and she is so blessed, and she thinks that Santa has big plans for Wesley come on Sunday.
Yeah. But see, that is the gift of gratitude right there.
Yeah.
Being grateful for whatever you get, no matter what it is. Yeah. He could teach us all a lesson, Wesley. Well done,
Well
Wesley.
done, Leslie.
Yes.
There are
really
many
stop by.
adults I know who could learn that lesson as well, right?
There are, aren't there? Yes, there are. Yep.
See, and we're grateful for you, and
Well,
I'm grateful for
you
both
too.
of you all for lighting up my life. And going along and
Me
having
too.
fun. See,
We have a lot of fun
you
here.
look spiritacular. So
I really like this necklace. This is pretty
I know,
cool.
right? Isn't that just
I should have doffed
very
the tie
fun?
like Elgas.
You
I could have
know.
worn it in the collar.
Yeah, that's true.
Could have been jewelry.
There's some
like,
options.
He's a real risk
Yeah.
taker.
He really is.
Little bling.
Let's talk a little bit about the forecast, because
All
we got
right.
a little light snow coming through right now, and that's going to stick around for us as we go into the overnight hours. And I say light snow because it's a combination of the blowing snow that's happening, and then there's a little bit of snow falling from the sky too. You can kind of see it here on our picture from the Shed Aquarium looking out over the city. I believe that's Shed Aquarium. No, that's not Shed. That's Riverfront. I'm sorry. Yeah, I saw the flags there. I'm like, I know there's a set of flags there near the Shed, but as you zoom out, there it is. There's the river in Wacker Drive. Little light snow coming down right now. Light snow in the forecast overnight tonight. Tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies, probably more clouds than sunshine. Still very cold with a high of 10, wind chills 10 to 20 below. For Christmas Day, a high of 14, mostly sunny, not as windy, but still very cold for us. And that high of 14 on Christmas Day, if that happens, which the forecast looks like it'll hold, It'll be the 7th coldest high temperature ever recorded on Christmas Day. Coldest Christmas high was 5 below, set back in 1983. So a very cold Christmas for us. You know that out there this evening, as it's still brutally cold. It's 0 now officially at O'Hare. That's actually the warmest we've been throughout the entire day, with snow being reported now at O'Hare. Feels like 22 below when you factor in the wind. It's 1 below at Midway, 4 below in Woodstock, 2 below right now in Valparaiso. And those wind chills, anywhere from 20 to 30 below, is what it still feels like. We've got winds gusting 35 to 40 miles per hour at times. It'll stay quite windy for us as we go through the night. So live Doppler 7 Max radar picking up on the lake effect snow on the other side of the lake, and it's starting to pick back up here across LaPorte County and Porter County. Had a little break earlier today, but now the lake effect's continuing. And we've got a little batch of snow sliding down the lakefront here, now moving into the northern suburbs and even back towards O'Hare. There's light snow being reported. So light snow will continue to fall off and on through the evening and overnight tonight as this next little disturbance dives out of Wisconsin. This little disturbance is just strong enough to squeeze out just as much moisture as it can from the atmosphere to produce snowflakes for us. And that's going to be an issue for us tonight, because not only will we have the blowing snow, but with falling snow, that will continue to reduce visibility and possibly create some icy spots on the roadways too. Just a little bit of a dusting of snow on roads that are this cold could certainly ice up real quick overnight tonight. So still kind of dangerous travel conditions, especially in the open areas overnight tonight and tomorrow morning. As we head through the day tomorrow, still mostly cloudy to partly sunny skies. Temperatures will climb into the mid to low teens for parts of the area tomorrow afternoon. Winter storm warning continues until 6 a.m. That blizzard warning continues for Porter and LaPorte County and Berrien County, also till 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Look at the surge of Arctic air all the way to the East Coast now. New York City's at 14. It's 4 below in Pittsburgh. Indianapolis is at 1 below. It's below freezing in Panama City, only 37 in Jacksonville. Tampa's to 48, 27 right now in Houston. So a little light snow tonight. Tomorrow will stay snow-free, at least from falling snow. There's going to be plenty of blowing snow around tomorrow. As we head into Sunday, some sunshine, a high of 14. Here's another clipper system that comes in Sunday night into Monday. That could produce a couple inches of snow for us during the morning hours on Monday. Tonight, though, temperatures hold pretty steady. Scattered snow showers between now and about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. 10 tomorrow, 14 on Sunday. Really cold at the Bears game tomorrow. More snow Monday morning. Then we warm up next week with highs in the upper 40s by Thursday and Friday. Merry Christmas to you all.
Merry Christmas to you, too.
Thanks,
Happy
Larry.
holidays and Happy New Year.
Yes.
Because this is the last one, 7 o'clock for us in 2022 for all of us here.
Yep.
But let's talk about this. When it is this cold outside, nobody wants to be outside, but some people, they have to because of their job.
That's right, and that includes news teams, of course, and now one Iowa reporter's on-air complaints have gone viral.
What better time to ask the sports guy to come in about 5 hours earlier than he would normally wake up, go stand out in the wind and the snow and the cold and tell other people not to do the same.
Mark, how you feeling out there?
Again, the same way I felt about 8 minutes ago when you asked me that same question. You know, I'm used to these evening shows that are only 30 minutes long, and generally on those shows, I'm inside, so...
All right, well, despite his grinchiness, he's an amazing guy. This is Mark Woodley. You heard he usually does sports. And through the morning, just talking about that early wake-up call. We've all done it in this business for the morning show, not realizing, in fact, there is indeed a 3:30 a.m. on the clock as well. And this thing just got so much attention. An Iowa T-shirt company even created shirts quoting him with all of his complaints. So, there you go.
It's worked out well.
Yeah, now we should say our producer, Michelle, lovely Michelle, used to work with Mark and wants everybody to know that he's really actually a great guy, incredible storyteller. And
that's why he did so well, because
he's
he
authentic.
does sports, and he went out there. He said he was out there for about 4 hours this morning. He's been on every network newscast talking back. And he said initially he thought, okay, maybe like 20 people. His family told him to post it because they thought just post it so everybody around the country, his family members, could see it. And then it went viral. And then he thought, oh my gosh, it's not going to work real well with me, with management. And then he said they were really for it. And it's probably reaching 3 to 4 million views at this point, because about 3 o'clock this afternoon, it was at 2 million views. So it's probably.
But I wonder, is it because he's kind of speaking against his own interest a little bit, or is it because he's just stating the obvious that it's really cold out here?
Right.
And it's kind of weird to tell people to do this.
That's what he was saying. He said, he was just being authentic.
Yeah.
And I think people appreciate when you're authentic. So great job.
Good stuff, Mark.
And he might not be in Iowa too much longer, you know, out of the whole country knows who he is. So.
But we know he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Because Michelle said so.
All right. Well, a magical gift for the holidays. How one family got a free, expensive Lego set for Christmas. You got to hear this story.
Wow.
Years-long dream coming true just before Christmas.
That's right. For years, the Thomas family of California have wanted the Lego Disney castle, but this 4,000-piece castle, look at this thing, it ain't cheap. It is often sold out as well, and this year the family saw an ad on Facebook Marketplace, a free already built Disney castle, but you had to share your story, and that post got more than 1,000 responses in an hour, the Thomas family catching the poster's attention.
Engaged in front of the castle, and we've actually announced
I proposed there. We have announced
2 of the pregnancies with 2 of my daughters in front of the castle as well. So it's been a huge thing for us.
Wow. I wonder if they're D23 members, probably. The Lego castle already the centerpiece of their home. Disney, of course, the parent company of ABC7.
Yeah, dreams do come true when you believe. Have a great Merry Christmas, everybody. We'll see you at 10 on ABC7. Good night.